Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the channel. For those of you who don't know, we are standing in front of the grave of Devil Anse Hatfield and a whole bunch of family members.
Yes.
And I am joined here today with with Jack Hatfield.
Hey everybody. I'm trying to get my I swear I don't have dreads.
he ain't right. Just look over him, y'all.
Yeah, I know.
But we're going to try to do something a little bit different. We're going to try to do something new. We've shown y'all a few of the graves up here, and Heather and I, we've come up and done some stories and told y'all about some of the people here, and of course Jack has as well. We're going to try something. We're going to team up here and try to get some of the immediate family in relation to Devil Anse, where they are, who they are, what they did, how they wound up here, all of that sort of thing. So, you know, you guys come down here, you'll have a little bit of an inside guide.
Yep.
Trail riders, you know, come down to visit the place, or just anyone who's just interested in Devil Anse or the Hatfield McCoy feud. All right.
So of course, first thing notably is we do have my great grandmother here as well, Levice. So Devil Anse's loved wife.
Yeah.
He was extremely faithful to her. She was an amazing, God-fearing woman. Always stood by her man and her children.
Heather did a video about her called The Woman in the Storm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a great title.
It was.
Yeah.
She really was, too.
Yep. I feel for her. I can't imagine the stress that she'd have went through during the feud, you know, with all her children involved as well as her husband, you know, and I mean, just think it's a lot of stress.
Yeah, and you know, she's right in the middle of it, and it's like, you know, the children, you know, on the McCoy side, you know, people who weren't really involved in the feud, you know, kind of got caught up in it, and you know, just one of those.
So, but there, of course, they are the anchors to the cemetery. To the left would be the next biggest
Devil Anse right here.
Well, not next biggest character, but
it's
yeah, this is his footstone here.
I know this is, to you, this is, you know, it's your great-great-grandfather, you know, to you.
Yeah.
But, you know, to anybody else standing where I'm at, you know, you know you're 6 feet away from the one and only Devil Anse Hatfield.
See, to me, you know, I grew up with it.
Yeah,
it's not,
I know. You knew all along.
Yeah, and it's nothing like, I don't know, to me, it's just my grandfather's grave, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Exactly.
You know.
But Jack was just looking. There's a geocache right here by the entrance. For those of you geocachers, and the rules are simple. There's a little notebook in there. You can sign the registry, who you are, where you're from, when you came, that sort of thing. Or there's a policy with geocaching: leave an item, take an item.
You know, I don't know how I feel about it being on the corner of my grandfather's grave. So if any of you geocachers out there would like to make a new geocaching box and attach it to one of the trees here, I'd appreciate that. Yeah. This would be Troy and Elias, which I guess would be my great uncles.
Yeah.
They are Devil Anse's 2 children. They both died October 17th, 1911. They died in a shootout with an Italian over moonshine liquor rights. Yeah, so they were all 3 shot and killed during the shootout. So they all died.
Yeah.
Nobody got the right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that was over moonshine liquor rights. Because, of course, you know, our family was into the moonshining business.
And they were both put in the same hole. One big hole. And both coffins dropped down into the same hole.
If you're ready to move on, I'll tell you more about them.
French.
We got old French Ellis. Trusted right hand of Devil Anse.
Very much so. Very much.
Right in front of him at that.
Yes. French Ellis was Devil Anse Hatfield's right-hand man. He wasn't family, you know, he married into the family.
Yeah.
but he was his most trusted confidant, and I guess that makes sense, you know, that he's buried directly in front of Devil Anse Hatfield.
But of course, this is lover boy Johnse.
Yeah, lover boy.
Lover boy. He was known to be the lover of the feud.
From what I've heard, he was very popular with the ladies.
Very, and moonshining.
Yeah.
Yeah, he even pulled my grandfather in on it.
Yeah, and Roseanne.
Yeah, and of course married Rosanna. Couldn't marry Rosanna. Devil Anse wouldn't let him marry. And then he ended up marrying Nancy.
Yeah.
Which, of course, was her first cousin, Randall McCoy's niece, and Asa Harmon McCoy, the first McCoy ever killed in the Hatfield McCoy feud during the Civil War, his daughter.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty controversial marriage.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't ask permission that time.
Talk about sleeping with the enemy.
Literally.
You know? Very interesting story. A lot of history in it. A lot of history. Just this one grave right here has whole books worth of
There's about 20-30 books with Johnse and Rosanna in it.
Yeah. Well, he went to prison, and that he got released from prison because he saved the warden.
Smart, huh?
Yeah, but there's all kinds of really interesting stuff about Johnse. He was a very colorful character.
That he was. He's a very lovable character. Caused a lot of trouble in a lot of ways.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, him and Cap. Yeah.
Him and Cap. Yeah. Cap isn't buried here.
No, they were some troublemakers though.
And then some. And of course, you got Dr. Elliott Hatfield. That's one of Devil Anse's sons as well.
Mm-hmm. Get it closer. Dr. Elliott Hatfield right here.
I don't know. Yeah.
All right, let me step over here.
And then Margaret Jane, maybe his wife. She's about the same age as Elliott. And Daniel, I think this might have been his son. I can't remember. These three here, I don't know a lot about at all, actually. So I could be totally wrong and off the wall on all that.
Okay.
We got Tennis.
Yeah.
Who I cleaned his headstone anyway, even though he burned the home down there.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, he was sheriff of Logan County, of course. Had the infamous scuffle with Don Chafin.
And the Blue Goose.
And the Blue Goose Saloon. And then, of course, this is his son, Tennis Jr.
Uh-huh. Very interesting. Very interesting. He liked insurance money, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He liked.
He burnt that house down.
Well, the Blue Goose, too.
Yep. Got a $10,000 payout for the house, which today would be equivalent of $300,000, I think it was.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I did the time value
that.
of money on it one day, and it was like a $300,000 payout today.
Really?
In today's currency.
That's a good chunk of money.
Yeah, with inflation
that's a good
from
chunk
back
of
then.
money.
Yeah. Yep.
That is a good chunk of money.
So he burned the house down, unfortunately, that I've got to rebuild.
Yeah. Good point.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah. Thanks, Uncle Tennis. Thanks a lot.
I guess it'd be my great uncle, yeah. And then behind Tennis Jr., of course, you know that name.
Robert Lee.
Robert E. Lee Hatfield, named after General Lee. That is Devil Anse's third son, which is also my great-grandfather.
Yes, sir.
So he had John, he had two sons, John and Craig. And then the Gilbert crew over there with the moonshine, they come from Craig, and I come from John.
Right.
So we both come from Robert. So the John was my great-grandfather, his son. And John had John Jr. And when he was about 3 years old, He was killed by moonshine poisoning and died on Johnse's front porch.
Alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, alcohol poisoning.
Drank too much, too fast.
Well, I always heard it was the first run of the batch.
Really? So it was
that first run has impurities in it. That first little.
So you're thinking it was some sort of basically poison?
I heard it. Yeah.
More or less poisoned.
Well, it was a bet. I heard it was a bet that he had a bet.
Really?
That he could drink the first run of moonshine and live, and he didn't live.
Ouch.
Yep. And my grandfather would have been about 3 at the time, so he was taken to Wyoming County and raised over in Wyoming County with my great grandmother's family.
Wow, that's a bad bet, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
That's a bad bet right there.
I heard it was on Johnse's front porch, but I don't really know for sure. But that's the story the family has. I have no idea the truth, but
that's very interesting.
The story the family
it's a very interesting story to hear, if nothing else.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. But I can't find John Sr.'s grave. I think he might be over there in that other cemetery we were talking about with LJ, Louisa Jane, my great grandmother. She was a character too. That's all over in Warrencliffe.
Right.
Yep. And,
yeah. That's good one for us to do. Brandon Ray Kirk. I'm working on that. Trying to get the 3 of us to go over there.
Yeah, we can do that. But yeah, as you can see, his headstone was tipped over, and Ida over here, hers was tipped over, and several of them you can see I've got them propped up with rocks.
Yeah.
They needed to be re-leveled.
It don't just say Jack Hatfield. It says handsome Jack Hatfield.
Handsome Jack. So I hope they at least put that on my
Yeah, you need to get that on yours too.
But of course my middle initial's L. My legal name's Jackie, so and I'm a junior, so but it's still kind of freaky.
You could still put the handsome on there.
Well, yeah.
You could still put the handsome on there.
Yeah. Handsome,
would
lovable,
handsome or smart be better?
Handsome and smart. How's that?
Yeah, can't lose.
Make sure you play this video for whoever does my
Gotcha. You can't lose that way.
Yeah.
Gorgeous and smart and
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God he gave me some brains, because I sure didn't get the looks. But Shirley Jean and Henry had a little museum and a little trailer down here at the bottom of the hill for years. Yeah. And when Henry died, she kept it going. And she eventually passed away, and that's how Lucy ended up acquiring all that property down there. She took care of Jean.
When did Shirley die? Do you remember? Do you know?
90. I have her obituary, I think, in there. I can't remember.
Okay, I just was curious. There's no death date. I was just curious.
Well, shoot, he died in 99.
Yeah.
So it had to be not long after, but I don't know. I have the thing, I know.
Okay.
But Jack was Henry's brother. Jack lived down here. I had that bridge named after him down here where he lived.
Your new bridge?
At Crystal Block. There's a bridge that the state used eminent domain to take the land.
Yeah, down here on the right.
Yes.
I know the one you're talking
about.
And
I petitioned the state, and it took 2.5 years, but we got it done. So we named the bridge after him because it was his land that they took by eminent domain to build the bridge to get to the coal company. So I have his. He was in the military. I think it was Navy. I think he was in the Navy. I can't remember. But he was in the military. I have his bomber jacket and a letter from the president and all kinds of stuff for him. To display one day. Yeah. And then Henry, his rifle is in the museum there up on the top. That's his rifle.
Yeah. I remember that. I was thinking, you mentioned the bridge. Have you named your new bridge yet? Have you given it a name yet?
There was a family who owned the land beside us that donated the land to allow us to use it for parking and to allow our bridge to connect to that property. And they donated that land. So in agreement, I told them for donating the land, I would name the bridge after her husband, who recently passed. And His nickname around here was Buddy.
Uh-huh.
So she wanted it named Buddy's Bridge. So
Buddy's Bridge.
So if you look on there's a plaque on it that says Buddy's Bridge.
Yeah.
Franklin D. Spriggs was his name.
I was going to suggest Leo's Bridge. You know, no particular reason.
Yeah.
No particular reason.
Just
sounds good. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds really good.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Buddy beat you to the
Bridge,
punch.
I guess.
Yep.
Wise Kimmel right here, and it has the chain. Around it. If y'all come up here, if you notice on the stone, it says killed by accident. And we came up here, we were curious about that. You know, we had to Google that. You know, we had to look that up. But he was killed in a slate fall in a coal mine.
I thought he was suffocated. I thought that's what the...
Yeah, from the weight. The weight.
Oh, God. So this right here is Frances Marion Browning and Rose Hatfield Browning. See, I had all these cut, everything. So Rose was, I believe, Devil Anse's favorite daughter. She is in most of the photos that the family has remaining today. And she was always seen around her mom as well.
Right.
So she was very, very close to her mom and dad.
Right.
And of course she married a Browning, Frances Browning.
Right.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is one of their children, Robert
Anse Browning.
Hence the Ants.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
I think this one first name. I think his name was Troy Ward. Oh no, so sorry, he wasn't. So Troy Ward, son of John T. and Nancy Vance. I thought one of these was, I guess that other one was her son I was thinking of. Pearl, she was the last one buried here in 2014.
Yep.
Wow. Willis, and behind him is his son, John T. But Willis was the last living son of Devil Anse. He lived till 1978. Last one buried up here. There's even photos of him being carried up here by these men. Oh my God, I couldn't imagine carrying it up here.
Well, there's one of him standing up here in a hat too.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in a hat. And
he always had that hat on.
I just remember that picture of him standing up here.
Yep. And we were just talking about his past just down there to those trail riders, if you remember.
He's a very colorful character as well. He shot him.
Yeah, shot him, killed him.
Over wanting a drink of whiskey.
And I think you might have a problem if you kill somebody for a drink.
Yeah.
You might have a problem.
That's a good point. It's like Hatfield. If you had a favorite murder weapon, brother, you probably ain't the friendliest dude in town.
Yeah.
If you had a favorite weapon that you like to kill people with, you probably not the friendliest dude in town. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, family's not been the friendliest people, I guess.
I guess you got a point. I guess you've got a point.
But Willis, he's
not real playful.
not at all. I think he spent 4 years was it in prison? I think is what he was sentenced. They said Devil Anse went to the court every day and laid with his rifle across his lap in the courtroom, making his presence known. And the judge only sentenced him, I think it was to 4 years. So, but after that, I guess he learned his lesson. He got out of prison and had a very nice, quiet life after that.
Yeah.
but I don't know that I would say he truly paid for his crime. 4 years for killing somebody for no reason.
For a shot of liquor.
Yeah, for a shot of liquor.
You know?
Yeah. But
very interesting.
But yeah, it's a very colorful family history.
Okay, well, all right, guys. Thank y'all for coming along. Hope you enjoyed the little video today
For sure.
from Sarah Ann, West Virginia.
By God, Virginia.
That's exactly right. From the one and only grave of Devil Anse Hatfield himself, and with Devil Anse Hatfield's grandson. Chill bumps.
Yeah, head to toe.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. We very much appreciate you. Feel free to subscribe if you like. And until next time, Leo out.
Take care, guys. Bye.